things are put in place, it won't be long. Alright, it seems things are put in place. Started. Music is ready. Yeah, so today, July 13th, we're testing this. Trying to do my first English podcast about video games. I've done many others, but all in French, my first language. But I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to do one in English. So I want to prove myself that it can be possible for me to do both. Will it result in something more long-term about podcasting? I haven't officially taken a decision. We'll see. Right now, at least, I'm trying things, trying to experiment everything about this wonderful media that is podcasting, which I like. But who knows? We'll see how these things will evolve. Some of you, if you've actually listened to my old ones, you've probably noticed that there was a lot of changes. I'm always trying to make things better. Does it work? That's debatable, but at least I'm trying things. Just a last message on social networks to see if someone will actually join me tonight, which would be nice. Would be really nice for once to have someone to actually talk to. I'm not putting my hopes up though. I know how tough it is. I think that's what I'll do. Okay, we'll get this thing going. Yeah. I'm all ready. We'll see, let's have fun. tired of this song. Good lord, it's good. Alright, so hello, this is Patrick. We're gonna start this podcast talking about video games. Today we're July 13th, 2015, and like you might have know from the earlier presentation, I'm actually trying to do this in English. This one, experimenting. So we'll see how things are actually going. I love video games so much. I know a lot of people that I talk to are actually English, so I might actually have a chance to have someone come and join me and ask some questions. That would be really nice. I'm always open to all kinds of questions to share with you my passion that I have about video games. So and everything geeky, pretty much. I'm a big TV lover too, and even recently I've even started to read a little bit of comics too, which I've never done in my life. So it's a first. It's interesting, it's different, but we'll see how this experience will actually lead me. But I'm having fun. I'm really exploring right now. So what we're gonna do is that for the last couple of weeks, everybody pretty much in North America, and some people could actually even argue in the world, were really in mode geek and comics, aka Comic-Con, with the Montreal Comic-Con that was there a couple of weeks ago, and the San Diego Comic-Con that just finished. So everybody was really video games and superhero TV series and all that, and some pretty decent things actually were released as information. Not that much regarding video games though, except a little bit in Montreal. There was a lot of interesting stuff because it was very video game related. But other than news, this post E3 period is always pretty slow, so people really enjoy more of the spirit to actually talk and give opinions and analyze everything that's been going on and anticipate what's actually coming in the next weeks and months, because of course there's a lot of things very interesting that will actually happen. But for some other people like me, it's just a great occasion to actually playing some old games that were not really necessarily played when they were just released. So this was a lot of fun. So when everybody, for me, for example, when everybody was freaking out about Arkham Knight, which is probably Batman Arkham Knight, which is, I've heard, in general, very good. Some really controversy around all these Batmobile missions and the interest and the point of the Batmobile. But in general, the comments were pretty good. Me personally, story-wise, I have never done Arkham City before, so I'm actually going back to my PS3 and playing a lot of Arkham City, which is, to be honest, surprisingly good, which didn't really age a bit. And even for someone like me who's been playing a lot of PlayStation 4 games more recently, this one is actually very pretty. The city is pretty big. The story, the villains, the amount of characters there's actually represented in this game is surprisingly high for a PlayStation 3 game, so that I appreciate it a lot. So from, of course, Batman, Alfred, and all that, to actually have Robin, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Penguin, Two-Face, Riddler, of course, which is always omnipresent in every Arkham City games, and Mr. Freeze, and even recently in the missions that I've been doing, I even have some very interesting characters of Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia, which for me was pretty unknown, except for the name that I've heard a little bit, but I'm not very familiar with this character in this part of the Batman storyline. But it's been a lot of fun. I've been playing for many hours now, and according to just the headline that I've seen on the net, me really finalizing the Rush Al Ghul missions and all that. I'm like 3/4 in, so it's pretty big. But of course, I'm not doing it 100%. There's so much things to do in this city if really someone wants to do it fully 100% with a lot of collectibles, a lot of things to destroy. The Riddler's enigmas, which are some of them just a pain, some of them really interesting, some of them really hard to find, and now there's even some where it can only be done by one character, because with this game, some missions you're actually playing as Catwoman, and some of those Riddler trophies they're called, are really accessible only through Selena, aka Catwoman, which is good. It really forces to dedicate yourself if you really want to do it fully. I don't have that time really to put on this game, but I really want to enjoy the story, which is very decent. It really allows me to know a little bit more about this Batman mythology, because there's so much things happening, so much characters that I actually display, and I love the fact that still in this game, when you unlock, you have really dials for all the characters, describing mainly where they are, when they first appeared, etc. So learning a lot, and for now I can say that the game is pretty smooth. I haven't had really technical hiccups or anything like that. The only thing that really started to show the age of the game is actually the loading time when, for example, you die, and then I just want things to go fast. I go back and I still have the 10 to 15 seconds loading each time I die, and when there are some pretty tough missions regarding enemies to kill or things like that, it can be pretty gruesome, but overall it's not a major complaint because I'm having a lot of fun, and when I'll be finishing it all in the upcoming podcast following this, I'll definitely put my final statement on it. But for now, I can say that it's really a recommended game. I'm loving it. It's not a pain to actually go around, and there's so much things to actually do because I'm playing also the Game of the Year edition, which has a lot of DLC and extra missions and all that. So I'll start exploring when I'm done with the main campaign. But right now, trophies are ranked in on my PSN, and pretty good. I'm having a lot of fun. So stay tuned for this one. And one thing that I've actually, on another subject, one thing that I've actually started and I'm having a lot of fun, yeah, I could say, is that I'm exploring the world of comic books, which I've never really done in the past whatsoever. So basically, the occasion that I actually took was that from my emails, I received an offer in which I could, for 1 month, costing me 1 penny, to subscribe for a month or of inside a system that is called Marvel Unlimited. The fun thing about Marvel Unlimited is that it's a little bit related to all those music and videos and Netflix and all of this world, but in terms of comic books. So basically, you subscribe and you have access to the Marvel library of pretty much everything that exists, from even new releases to classics to things that are just popular, and just explore this world, which is something that I've never really known because it's not something that I've followed. But a lot of information, a lot of content are there. They're saying that there's more than 15,000 digital comic books that are actually available on this thing, and it's cool. And the fun thing is that when you actually log in is that even for people like me who doesn't really know what to look for, except really a couple of key things, especially related to the movies, or some really major things like the Civil War, which we know is coming in movies, or Infinity Gauntlet, or Age of Ultron, and all that. You have really, in the comic books, what they call events, or a series of comic books that really creates a hole in the story, and it allows you to actually discover all those things, then really put them, and even with a preferred reading order. So for someone like me who really wants to read an entire event but doesn't really know how to start, and these events sometimes are really shared amongst all universe. So it's pretty interesting. Like me right now, I am reading the Civil War, which is something I've never officially read, that I know a little bit from the movies or some of the video games and all that, which is the backstory being related to the law, the Senate that wants to pass a law forcing every people with powers to actually register with their real identities and powers so they can be cataloged by the government, and making sure that nothing bad happens. And it creates a lot of problems and a lot of heat internally and in the entire world. Internally meaning for the team of superheroes that we all know, meaning the Avengers and all that. And for what I've seen right now, it really takes us time to put everything in place. Now I have things coming to Fantastic Four, to Spider-Man, to now I've seen some Iron Man too. So it's a mixed universe event. There's a lot of things. Right now I've barely scratched a couple of comic books, but I'm loving what I'm reading right now. And I'm reading it on my tablet because Marvel Unlimited is not only available for PC, but you have dedicated apps that are available on iOS. So on my iPhone and iPad, I can actually enjoy this. And it's been fun. It's different. It's not something that I am accustomed to actually read, but I think it's worth it, because reading a comic, it's like, takes me maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that by now, and I'm really having my money worth, because every comic book, if you want to purchase them even digitally, we're talking like $2 a piece. And just right now I've read like 4. So I'm gonna get my worth out of this. I'm gonna do a full month till the end for especially 1 penny. It's just ridiculous. Will I keep it afterwards? Intrigued, because there's a lot of other big Marvel events that I might be interested to read. Things like Marvel Zombies, which I've heard is pretty funny, and maybe everything related to the Infinity Gauntlet and what's coming in the next couple of years in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Or there might be other things that interest me, things maybe related to Daredevil, which I'm watching the TV series right now on Netflix, and it is damn good. It is crazy. I could talk for an hour just on this. It's I'm loving it. It's really fun. But if we go back to comic books, it is something really cool. It is something that can be very interesting for people who just want to jump into comic books, which I am right now. And the Civil War is just considered one of the major, most interesting event that was ever created by Marvel. So to be able to read all this, it's all accessible without searching and everything. It's really good. I'm loving it, and I'll keep you in touch. It's something that's been keeping me busy a little bit, but it's different. In digital comic books, a lot of purists would actually say I would never dare to do that, but I'm not afraid to actually jump into those digital media and to explore this when it's cheap and everything is really there and what you're looking for is actually good. Why not? So Marvel Unlimited, very interesting service. Loving it. And there, the last subject of tonight is that I've been reading a lot about conventions with with the Montreal Comic Con that finished, San Diego Comic Con that finished, and with last week's podcast that I've done in French, but had terrible sound. I said a lot of things. I really put my art out, but I know with the technical difficulties that actually happen with this echoing double sound, double voice, it's not that great. But I've been thinking a lot about conventions, about groupings, about social gatherings regarding things that we love, like those Comic Cons, and I've realized that for someone who's been pretty solitary in his world, in his behavior, and for his love about all those geeky stuff like comic books and video games and all that, going to these events, I'm pretty sure, satisfy the need for everybody, because me, since then, I think the thing that I've missed them, that I've really appreciated the most, is the people. The people that were there. When you go to those conventions, everybody that is there really wants to be there. They want to just share their passion, either by just going there, talk with people, or dress up. All those crazy cosplays that I've seen, some of them are just, when I just continue to think about it, and even some of those that I've seen from the San Diego Comic Con, you really have to enjoy what you're doing and really want to share this love with everybody that loves that too. So this is something that really, I think, marked me. This is something that really had a deep effect on my behavior, on my mental healthness almost, because I've heard these crazy things before about all the post-Comic-Con blues and all that, and to be honest, I've had a very, very serious one, because for these 3 days that I was there, well, 2 days and a half, I had someone to actually share one of the biggest passion that I've had since I'm 5 years old, so for the last 30 years. And unfortunately, this is not something that I can do anymore, because pretty much everybody that I like, everybody, my circle of friends and people that I talk to the most, they grew out of it. It's something that they liked when they were young, but the big majority of them, either I'm not capable of talking with them anymore, or they just got tired of it, or now doing something else. So to really summarize, it made me sad to leave all those people. It's really, it's something that I never thought of saying, but even some of those people that before I just maybe met online by Twitch channels, by chat rooms, by sending some messages, now I've actually met those people in person, and some of them were from all around Canada when I went to the Montreal Comic Con. It is crazy, and I think when you have that deep feeling, when you meet someone even for the first time, and you have the feeling that you've been knowing them for such a long time, it's not something that I've personally felt before. So everybody that I met, everybody that I talked to, and especially the circle of friends that I've had online for months now, regarding everybody from my team, from the team at Girls on Games, which I do appreciate a lot, each and every one of them. I'm pretty sure the big majority of them won't actually listen to what I'm saying right now. But for those that do, I just want to say thank you for being there. You allow people like us that are more secluded, more isolated because of many, many reasons to be able to go out and actually share their passion, talk about it. And it's personally one of the reasons that really drove me to do podcasts, because I know that someone around, either from watching on Twitch or when I'll share the video and put it on YouTube, or anybody, someone will actually listen to it. And I think that even if they don't know me deeply and personally, they will know that it is something that I do love. I do appreciate that it's something that is true to me, that video games are so important in my life that just playing them is not enough for me right now. I want to share with people about it. I want to talk about it. I want to create content, videos, and let's play sessions and all that about it. So I'm putting myself out there, and I hope that someone actually connects with me, because even though I'm 35, even though I'm a full-time worker with a big family to take care of, when everybody's asleep, when when pressure actually gets down, what fills me the most is play games and just get into my bubble and kick some ass, especially recently with me playing Batman. So, and something that I do hope that there's other people like me, and I hope you're not living in a world still where, even if you're around my age and you're a gamer, that you're actually considered to be more of a kid or not serious. Even though I've been playing games for 30 years, I know a lot of people around me, especially the big majority of my family, don't get it and say that it's more still kid stuff, that they don't even get why I'm still putting time into it, playing it, and spending my hard-earned cash on these things. But for me, that's it. That's the games. For some people, they go out more. Some people, they read more. Some people, it's going to be music. Some people, it's going to be movies. Me, it's games. And I can say with proudness that I don't regret anything that I've done. I don't regret being a gamer. I just hope that with a podcast like this, I'm able to get the word out that don't be shy to actually share your love about it, to not hesitate to say that you are a gamer. Don't be ashamed of it, because right now gamers and geeks, we have the power right now pretty much on everything that we want. Since the last couple of years, with the explosions of everything related to superheroes, and the video game market now making even more money than the Hollywood movie market, it's crazy. Nobody would have said that 10 years ago. So the roles really reversed, and we have the chance here in Montreal to be one of the pivotal center in North America regarding this market, even with things like this morning, the great news of learning about the new EA studio that will be started with Jade Raymond in Montreal, and that will be responsible to help develop the new Anne Jennings game, the creator of Uncharted, our famous new Star Wars games that nobody knows about, will be developed in Montreal. So that's very big now, with BioWare Montreal, Eidos Montreal, UB Montreal, EA that's really was there, left, and then pretty much going back, especially with the announcement that we've just heard WB Montreal, and all those little independent studios that we're starting to really learn about, like Burrito Studio, Clever Plays, and etc. The the big room at the Comic Con had so many independent developers doing their own things, put in team and just having fun while working, developing great games, and some of them are actually getting big recognition by the big names like the IGN GameSpot of these worlds. So it's getting that important right here in the big region of Montreal, and it's not for nothing that now 5 years ago I went back to school, continue my bachelorette, which I'm now my bachelor. I'm now 2/3 in, only 1/3 left, and I really want to push myself. I want to become a video game developer. I want to be part of this world, which is just pushing me forward for the last 30 years, and it's just started because a lot of people are saying that right now we are in one of the golden ages of numeric entertainment with video games, especially. So many things are just exploding from everywhere in a good sense of the word, of course. And for those that actually enjoy, if there's too much things, you just follow the opinions of people like me, Patrick, Irréductible Gamer, or any other nice reference like my very good friends at Girls on Games, or anyone else. Just find someone, connect with someone. There's so many things happening on Twitch right now with the traditional TV market, which is just pushing itself out pretty much. And go on the net, find someone, and ask questions. Put yourself out there and enjoy everything that is going on. There's too much good things to not be really happy right now. Some people are saying it's too much, but for those that are in, we're just bringing it in. We're gonna take it. We're gonna enjoy it and just eat it like never before. So I think that'll be all. I've been talking for close to a half an hour now. So for a first try in an English podcast, I hope that I have not bored you to death, which is not my intention. I just want to get the word out there and maybe try to throw out there the question: how old are you to be a gamer? Are you actually accepted as a gamer around you? Me, I've told you that it's not so much, but I have other means to actually share my passions, like the fact that I'm talking with you right now. And I'm curious, am I the only one? Are people actually teasing you and making fun of you because you might be 25, 30, 40 years old, even more, and getting teased on because you actually like video games? I'd be curious. If there's anything, contact me. Write me a message. If you write me comments on Facebook or on YouTube, I will gladly read you and answer you back. That's for sure. You have my Twitter handle and my email right also. You can really just contact me. Follow me on Facebook, Irréductible Gamer. I have my own page. You can follow me also on YouTube. Look for the channel Irréductible Gamer, like you can see written down below. And the more follow I get, the more likes I get, the more it'll help me to push myself forward and even become a better podcast. There's other things that I want to do to get this show on the road, like they said, to put it even better. I'm still trying to figure out a way to get myself a logo, which I don't have right now. So I've been working very, very hard trying to find someone or some help to design something like that. If there's anyone among you that feels that can help me, contact me. Don't hesitate. So that's it for now. I'll put it short and sweet. There's not that much news except what I've actually mentioned about the BioWare. I'll might just finish things by putting myself a nice word and a tribute to a great man that we've lost yesterday, according to the news that we saw. A really, really great man in terms of video games. Mr. Iwata from Nintendo. Revolutionary man. A man that really had a vision, had a love for the technology, for the market, for video game itself. Someone that will be sorely missed. He was a great man, really funny man. He made some controversy around things that he put himself so much out there that some people are even saying that it's too much with the goofy Nintendo things. But right now, he's looking at us from up there. Hopefully now he's feeling better. Cancer can be a bitch when it's not treated, when it just decided to strike. That's what happened here with Mr. Iwata. So thank you for everything that you've brought us. Thank you for your contribution to this wonderful world that is video games. And we'll see each other soon, everybody. So have a good night. This is Patrick telling you to enjoy life, enjoy games, whatever the age that you are, no matter how old you are, have fun. Stay on. Love you all. Have fun. We'll see you next week at Irréductible Gamer. Ciao.